Yo, what's happening? What's going on, everybody? What's happening? It's your boy Rick, man. I'm here real quick, man. About to do a quick after work low talk, so I can talk to y'all about this Nuggets and OKC Thunder series. I just kind of want to do a deeper dive. I know most of the last couple of videos I've been doing was like overviews and stuff, but I'm gonna just kind of get into the series a little bit because this series has been interesting. Of course, we got to talk about Joker and SGA individually, but um I got I got the series pulled up and everything. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and go through kind of all the games like one by one. I seen I seen all of the games except game one. Game one I caught at the end after game one already went into overtime. But I really want to talk about the last two games, game three and game four, because I thought those were like the most interesting ones, to be honest. Like those games really like kind of they kind of told a lot about each team and the way like everything was happening. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and break this down. So what I'll do first is I'll go ahead and um show y'all the. So this is the box score from game four. Jokic had two really bad games back to back, which was, well, in all honesty, he had a bad series. Um, he had a bad series with the exception of game one when he dropped 40. In game one, they won that game in overtime. With the exception of that game, Jokic has been playing pretty bad. But I knew this was one of the things that is not talked about a lot. But when Denver plays teams that has a lot of big bodies and you make Jokic have to work to score, it affects everybody else around him. Now, shout out to Aaron Gordon, who's been making big plays throughout the series on the glass, big shots. Um, throughout the entire series, coming up clutch. Um, Jamal Murray has been a little bit up and down. Russ, this last game was pretty bad off the bench, but he has been a great spark off the bench. But the thing about playing the Nuggets is kind of simple, is that the whole game goes through Jokic, and because it operates like that, when you get him off of his scoring tip, you affect everything else. So in this game, he played 43 minutes, which is a lot of minutes, of course, but it's the playoffs, so you got to do what you got to do. But he had 13 rebounds and only 3 assists, and he shot 7 for 22 from the field. And so the thing, like, as you're watching the game, like, Hartenstein, first you have Chet, who's tall and can move. Then you have Hartenstein, who's really like a big body person. So now the two of them together create a mismatch. No great player is guarded by one person, but if you can mix and match it up together, right, that gives Jokic trouble, right? And when you give Joker trouble scoring, everything else about his game starts to become like a little bit more difficult for him, right? Like, and I don't mean that like I mean it like once he starts scoring, it makes the defense start collapsing when he gets it inside the paint, or even if he's bringing it up, and then the next pass is always right there, right? Because you got everybody collapsing on you, right? The easy thing now is just to make the next pass. But in this situation, because they're taking away the easy floaters and stuff by the rim for him, because they're taking that away from him, now he's in a situation now where he's shooting a lot of threes. Game three, he was 0 for 10 from three. Now, and they won that game. Game four, as you can see, 2 for 8. Of course, getting to the free throw line definitely has been helping them, right? Not so much in game 3 as it was in game 4, but that's kind of the thing with the Nuggets. So I think the Thunder might be working with something, and they might have a shot at winning the series because of that. Now, the flip side I want to talk about is SGA, right? Because SGA also, right, has had 2 pretty bad games as far as for how good he is. There are one thing what the Nuggets are doing against SGA is they're pretty much sagging off for him at the 3-point, like when he's at the 3-point line, they're sagging off of him because they're playing the mid-range jumper, which is clearly his best asset, right? So they're saying we're gonna play this mid-range jumper, right? And then we're gonna let Joker kind of be in the paint just to be a big body there. If Aaron Gordon is around the paint, he can be the body there. And whoever's on the ball is saying, we're going to give you the 3 because the thing about a person like SGA, right? His jump shot, his 3-point shot gets better as he sees other shots going in, right? Once he start hitting that midi, the Thunder explode because once he makes a couple of shots in a row, that OKC defense can start to create some turnovers, and then they start to roll, and then it's like, okay, now they up by 10. Next thing you know, he pulling up a 3 because now it's like, it's steamrolling. But the Nuggets have also adjusted on him, saying, hey, this really what we gonna do. We're gonna kind of sag off a little bit and give you and take away your favorite shot. Now, SGA also great at getting it to the line. As you can see, he had 12 free throw attempts in game 4, right? Which was good. I'm looking back at game 3. He only had 5 free throw attempts, but that also leads to why the Nuggets won that game, right? So I think defensively, both coaches are implementing good game plans because these teams are very heliocentric, like both of them, right? Like both of them really operate around one star for the most part. Like Jalen Williams on the Thunder, he can score in bunches, but he scores kind of like off the floor of the game. Like he can't just be like, oh, hey, SGA, you tired? Let me get it. I'ma go to work. And Murray can do that on the Nuggets, but the pick and roll is when he's at his best, when Joke is the one picking because he comes off the pick and he can make every shot at every level. So I think this series, that makes it the most interesting. I think right now OKC has the advantage mostly because they're leading most of these games. When it gets close in the fourth quarter, you gotta take the Nuggets because they just have the experience. But OKC is normally leading these games up until the fourth quarter. And then it's kind of like when they get into overtime, it's kind of like that, man, feeling like, dang, we had them, boy. Now they don't come back. Now they got the momentum. So I think this series right here has been all about defensive adjustments, making adjustments on the best player on each team. And we really saw it in games 3 and 4 and the outcomes down the stretch. So going into game 5, I'm super interested and excited to see how that game is going to play out. So y'all, man, that's kind of really all I got for y'all right now. Y'all kind of let me know what y'all think about that. I just kind of wanted to give a deeper dive into it rather than just doing a overview, kind of give a little breakdown of how I saw the series going and how I think it'll ultimately play out. But y'all let me know what y'all thinking in the comments down below. I'll be looking forward to talking about more series. I think the Knicks and the Celtics one is kind of interesting right now too. So we need to see how that one plays out. So I could probably talk about that next. But y'all just let me know if y'all like these kind of videos, or if you like the videos more when I just giving an overview of everything that's happening and then pushing forward. So everybody, man, y'all stay blessed up. This is LIB Media. Your boy, I'm out of here. Peace.